Hey everyone, it's Kai here, another Kaiism, and in the video this week I wanted to kind of talk about how we shouldn't have expectations of other people's actions, words, or their behaviors. So my example of this is back in the day, probably not even that long before I had my daughter. I definitely had expectations of how people should react in situations, and I expected them to react the same way that I was. I consider myself a strong person, and if there was a situation where they didn't act like a strong person, this to me for some reason felt like an affront. I mean, I'm a strong person, so why shouldn't they react the same way? Why were they not acting as resilient as I feel like I am? Why were they, in my opinion, being overly dramatic over something or holding on to something that I didn't think was that big of a deal? And, I never really came out and said this to them. I did say it to other people that we both knew, but it's just I expected them to react the same way as me, similar emotions to me, which, looking at it now is absolutely ridiculous, because we all have our own strengths, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, or, all three, and we all feel things differently. And, it's like I look at my daughter, and she's really a highly sensitive person, we're finding out, and it's a beautiful thing. And music moves her in ways that I didn't realize was going to happen. But I'm not going to look at my child and say, this song doesn't move me, it doesn't make me feel anything, why are you reacting this way? Well, first, she's a child, and second, because those emotions are hers, and that's how she feels things. So as I've matured, I'm looking at the world around me in a different way, and seeing that just because I'm a strong person and I don't react the same ways to things, and I don't handle things the same way as someone else, doesn't mean that they're right. It doesn't mean that I'm right. We're different people. And those differences is what makes us all unique. So we should give others benefit of the doubt and be there for them in any way that we can. If we notice that maybe they aren't reacting the same way as us, and that they maybe aren't being overly dramatic or oversensitive, they just feel things differently. Be bold. Be brave. Always.
We all have phobias. And with the BeBold-BeBrave.com website, my affiliate sites are strictly geared towards phobias. Things like fear of flying, of social anxiety, and there are more to come. So go ahead and check out those affiliate sites for some help on getting over your phobias.
Hey, it's Kai here. If you have 5 minutes in your day, even less than 5 minutes, don't forget to click subscribe. And you can also see more of my videos back to back to back by clicking to see more. BeBold-BeBrave.com. Always.